it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns, and I'm coming on today, but I'm going to make a card using the Wiggle Worm stamp set, which I think is really cute. I did make a card using this set at my class, but it was a bridge card, so I'll show it on my blog, but I thought I'd just do a really simple card today. So the Wiggle Worm is a photopolymer set. It is in the annual catalogue on page 104, and it's great. There's 25 stamps on here, and it comes with coordinating dies. These are Wigglebug dies, and there's 14 dies in the set, so I think this is absolutely great. And the card I'm making today is inspired from the catalogue. So I've got Pacific Point card base, which is 14.8 by 21 centimetres and scored at 10.5 to create a top folding tent card. I've got a strip of the Brights 6x6 DSP pack. This again is the Pacific Point, and this is cut at 9 centimetres by 14.8. I've got a bit of Balmy Blue, which is cut at 9.5 centimetres by 10 centimetres. And then I've got a scrap of Granny Apple Green, which I'm going to create some grass out of, and this is 7 centimetres by 11 centimetres. I've got some Whisper White cardstock for the inside, and that is 10 centimetres by 14.4, so that just leaves a little border of the Pacific Point round the inside when we stick that in. And I've got a scrap of white for the sentiment. Now I've used the Stamparatus to actually create a template. I did this for class because I just thought it would be easier for everybody. So I had pre-cut all the shapes and set it up. So let me see if I can do this without knocking everything over and creating mayhem, which is what I normally do. Here ready. So these, all the little bits and pieces. So I pre-cut all the bits and pieces for my ladies when they came to class, and then they just had to ink up and play with the ink up and then stamp. So it just made it easier because I've got limited space at my classes. Let's see, there's the Wiggle Worm, and it just made it easier for everybody to be able to have a go without having to line it up. You can obviously, if you're doing it yourself, just use the stamps and die cut them separately, but because I was doing, I tend to do this when I do anything in bulk. So using Memento ink, I'm stamping up my little critters. I've done them all. I'm not actually using them all in my card, but I tend to do all of them just because it's easier. So give that a good old press down, and it may move around, so you just have to sort of have a little squiggle. And then I've got the bodies up on this second plate, which makes it made it very easy and quick for the ladies to sort of get the elements that they wanted for their cards. Stamp that down there. And there we go, look how cute they are. And they just pop out and you can use them for your projects. So let me take this out of the way. I'll clean that with my chamois off camera. and that's ready to go. So this is a brilliant set. So let's get putting this together. So you've got the card base. Now I am a little bit odd because I don't like seeing the white of the cardstock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, these are the 4 of the Brights Stampin' Up markers, but you could use anything. You could use the ink pad, but just using the edge of the marker and drawing it along the edge of the paper, you can quickly get rid of that core of that paper, and I just think that gives it a nicer edge. So, and by the magic of television, I've already die cut and layered up 2 of the bits of grass. Now the die isn't as long as this, so I die cut one bit and then moved it along to cut the rest of it, but I actually quite liked it because I wanted the grass to be as long as there. So hopefully that makes sense. I might do a separate little video or pictures so that you can see what I've done for that. So let's just get this stuck down using my multi-purpose liquid glue, which you know I love. I'm going to stick this roughly by eye, but it's cut to the same length, so put that roughly so that there's an equal border at the top and the bottom. That's without getting glue on your fingers. And then this bit will go on there. So again, a little bit of glue. You really don't need much, and if it's a new glue, it does come out rather forcefully. Some of my ladies are a bit overzealous, and it sort of floods out, because I tend to keep my glue like that, so there's always glue at the tip. So that's down there, and then we will glue this down. Now when I did these two sections together, I actually only put glue. They're not stuck in the middle, they're just stuck at the edges, because I wanted to put some of my critters in the gap. So I'm sticking that down so that it's like that. And then, as I say, the magic of television, I have already coloured in some of, or coloured in the critters that I wanted to use. So let's do that down. So I've used the Poppy Parade on the ladybug, which I thought was quite cute. Mango Melody and Daffodil Delight on the little moth or butterfly, and then the worm I've used Smoky Slate. So I wanted to, the reason I didn't adhere it in the middle is because I wanted to slide those down and have him behind on the grass. So I think I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. And before I get too carried away, this is all in shot. As you know, I've kind of gone off the boil a little bit with my videos. So there's the worm. And I just don't know, do we want 2 or do we want 3 clouds? What do you reckon? Don't know. Let us, before we get much further, I'm going to, actually, thinking about it, I want to stamp my sentiment. Now, like the sample, I wanted to have it in 2 colours, so I'm just actually going to use the side of the markers to ink up the stamps. Give it a huff and a puff. Lovely. Happy birthday. And then I've got little bug, so I'm going to put the little bug in the Mango Melody. It's the only colour cardstock and ink pad that I haven't got in the Brides collection. I think I'm gonna obviously have to buy that. Go there. That's rather sweet, and I thought I would punch that out with a pretty label punch because it looks a little bit like a cloud. I don't know, maybe that's just me and my wonky eyesight. So let's have a look. That can go there. Use that. Looks a little bit lighter. No, it's Mango Melody. It's obviously gone a bit darker there. So I shall glue my little butterfly down. Is that a butterfly? I don't know. Don't know whether it is or not. Actually, let's make her go that way. I'm going to pop those up, or you can see I've been playing with some liquid pearls that I got given for my birthday. How lovely are they? So I think I need to practice, but actually without trying I've done a gradiated, done them slightly bigger each time. So I think the knack is trying to find a way of doing them so that they're even. If anybody's got any tips, then please let me know. So it was quite, I keep these backing because they're nice and shiny, and actually they're great for the pearls, because you can keep them on there until you're ready to use them on a project. Happy birthday, little bug. The clouds may want to be popped up as well, so let's pop all the clouds up. And we need to decide what we're going to do on the inside. Moving that there. Oh, I'm very indecisive today. It's lovely weather today. We've got a little bit of sunshine, but it's a bit muggy. And I'm creating my own heat these days anyway. Being of a certain age, I'm sure some of you will appreciate what I'm saying. So I'm just going to do one other little bee there. Sorry, bee or fly. And have that on there. So let's go. Oh, I like it. What do you think? Actually, just because you know I like a little bit of glitter, I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to the wings there. Oh, the glue hasn't dried, and the body. Have some glittery, bit of sparkle on everything. Why not? Just gonna quickly dab off that in case there's any colour leakage. Better. Even Mr. Worm. And as I say, I used my Stampin' Up markers. Let's Should have given him a little bit of sparkle before we added the grass, but never mind. There we are. You could use blends. Oh yes, that's better. It gives him a little bit of sparkle there. And then what shall we do on the inside? Let's get the happy birthday. We will have, sometimes it's really hard to see them when the writing's back to front. So cute as a bug. On the inside. I'm not sure whether I'm going to give this to a girl or a boy, and you can obviously dress up a little bit. I tend to leave the inside sometimes. There we go. Okay, so thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. All of the details and dimensions, both in centimetres and inches, will be over on my blog, and there'll be links below. So please comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully like the video. See you again soon. Bye bye for now.